We are in spring and the countryside is full of life and beauty, inviting us to a day trip. Anna and Luis are two children like you, two good friends who are getting ready to take their first communion.
On my first communion day, I want to go up to read. I love it when they read Jesus' stories.
The Gospel.
Yeah, the Gospel. But they also read other things like very ancient letters, prayers, general intercessions.
When there were no microphones and they had to read very loudly, the priests went up to this place so that everyone would hear. That way they were higher up and everyone saw and heard them.
How do you know that?
There's one of these at the church in the village of my grandparents. It's called pulpit, my grandmother told me.
That's old then.
But useful.
I wish there was one of these at my parish. It must feel awesome to talk to people from up there.
Do you remember who wrote the Gospel?
I think I'll look it up.
In church, we listen to the readings from the Gospel. Gospel means good news. The Christian community keeps on announcing today Jesus' good news. The Gospel, or Good News, is written in 4 books known as the Holy Gospels, and in them we find written down what happened to Jesus, the words he said, and the things he did. The names of the 4 Gospels are Gospel from St. Matthew, Gospel from St. Mark, Gospel from St. Luke, Gospel from St. John. Each of the 4 evangelists is known by one of the 4 fingers which represent them, and sometimes just by seeing them, we know who it refers to. The figures are a man, a lion, a bull, and an eagle. Matthew began writing so that everyone could know that Jesus is the Son of God, and that he was born in a family just like any other man. Mark started his gospel by telling the story of John the Baptist, who lived in the desert and announced the coming of Christ. The king of the desert is the lion. Luke started writing the story of Zechariah, a priest from the temple who offered bulls and animals as gifts and offerings to God. John started to write the good news announcing that Christ is God, who comes from on high like an eagle.
Have you noticed that the Gospel is only read by the priest? The other lectures can be read by other people, but the Gospel is only read by him.
What a pain. I really like reading what Jesus did. His miracles, what he said to the people, what happened when they caught him. Well, I don't like that bit too much.
I guess that must be because those are God's or Jesus' words, and you have to be a priest to speak them.
I guess.
Maybe the Catechism says something.
When we celebrate the Eucharist, the priest reads the Gospel, the Word of God. It's Christ himself who keeps on talking to us. The priest explains to us what we have listened to, so that we know how to live as Christians. Jesus tells us the good news, the Gospel. The good news brought to us by Jesus is, God is my Father as well as yours. All men and women are brothers and sisters. The kingdom of heaven has started with me. Peace, justice, truth, life, love, and salvation have already come to you.
It's straightforward enough. If someone has to explain these things, it must be someone who studied to do so.
The priest, they're very well trained to do it.
One day, Jesus said this parable. Listen, a sower went out to sow. Some seeds fell on the edge of the path, and the birds came and ate them up. Others fell on patches of rock, where they found little soil, and, not having any roots, they withered away. Others fell on rich soil and produced their crop. There are people who don't listen to God. They are like the seed that falls in the path. Others listen to God, but when the hard times come, they do not put into practice what they've listened to. They are like the seeds that fall amongst rocks and thorns. Those who listen to and learn from God are like the seeds that fall on rich soil and produce their crop.
That's a very good example. Anyone can understand it.
I'm afraid not everyone does, but I hope I shall be a good soil after my catechesis lesson.
And after that?
I'll keep on struggling to be so. with Christ's help and yours.
Count on me.